We're also picking Santa Lincoln. And we're off.
Sick glove in the Link's house there. So that's good. Gonna open up back 3 escape in open mode extremely easy, or early here, I should say. ACM gonna go ahead and go through the south route here, leading towards prieR57, and prieR57 gonna go towards the uncle route, which I particularly am a big fan of.
Especially with that tree pull there. Get some early bombs. That'll be very useful. As you see on ACLM side, he's going to have to do some pulls here of bushes to get some bombs. And more bombs on prieR side.
Yeah, so prieR being very bomb heavy to start, he's gonna be happy with that. Get 20 box here in the Saint chest. More than likely he'll check out the back 3 first, and then head into prieR, but he could kind of bamboozle us and go right to prieR instead. But yeah, he's gonna make that back 3 escape run first.
All right, ACLM is going to also give us our first looks into prieR. There's an early Moon Pearl, a heart container, you know? Little heart.
All right, so we see ACM's, I guess, beginning strategy or the route not really paying off for him here. Unfortunately, didn't get a lot of bombs from the. He tried 2-tier farming from the bushes, so he tried farming twice and then elected to go for race game. So he had enough bombs to do race and maybe get the bombs here. So he's got to spend a little bit of extra time here farming some bombs. prieR, on the other hand, now has a bit of an edge. So he has the glove and the pearl from the back of escape. If he can run into another glove or hammer in prieR, he can have a lot of options ahead of him.
It's a nice chicken clip. That's all I got to say about that. Oh, and a lamp. No dark rooms for our runners today. Canis Samaria and Mirror.
Kind of an odd assortment of early items. Early glove, lamp, mirror, kind of pouring towards the mountain. Maybe we get it paired with a hammer here. Just maybe. We do get silver arrows in the blinds basement. And just junk. Let's see what's behind the wall. ACM's actually going to check first, so they're going to essentially high-five this.
It's a lot of blue.
So, shout out to ACM's execution there. He actually entered second, and he like finished ahead by about a second on prieR. That's insane. Just in one room alone like that, that speaks volumes to his execution.
Oh, and over the course of like an hour and a half or so run, that can really add up.
Right, so I guess prieR more or less scattered out now. We do see Bottle Vendor does have the heart container, so not a whole lot going on here. prieR's gonna kind of go through the rest of the prieR checks, and ACM gonna go north here into the Lost Woods. So at this point, they got quite a bit. I mean, they have options. prieR has better options, I'd say, than ACM, at least with that pearl. Maybe get into some fake flip for shenanigans. On top of that, ACM's going to have to go to factory soon. I imagine he does that probably next, and we'll have similar options to prieR.
I think ACLM is probably gonna. He's probably also gonna pick up that Moon Pearl. It's just sitting right there.
It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of like ABC routing, really. When you get that early 11 open, you're just like, I gotta do that back three first. It just normally pops for items, and if it doesn't, or if it does, like last thing you want to be is something like flute or boots, and you miss it early doing the South Shore ineffective. So we did get a little bit of a map check there from prieR. I believe it was Fat Fairy Crystal East or Independent Desert, and I want to say it was a Crystal Hera. It was a pretty quick map. Alright, so both of our runners electing not to go to the mountain early. They're both gonna head on over to the South Shore here. Getting to agree with 300 rupees in the dam kind of catacombs, I guess you can call it. And then we'll see what's inside at the pond here.
You're right. There's more locations that are open right now, and until they find a hammer or a hook shot to get to the eastern side, it doesn't feel a very high percentage play.
Yeah, I want to say that both these runners are very well known for chasing chest per minute, so I'm not surprised for them both going for the Moldorm check here. It's just gonna be interesting to see if they go for Ice Rock Cave or if they go for the mountain or what they decide. But if they're chasing pure chest per minute, I would say they'll go Sash first, but they could surprise me here.
Sorry, prized either medallion. This is a pretty healthy seed.
Yeah, so getting early medallions always seems to be nice too. Just one of those things that you don't really have to chase late game, hopefully. Particularly if you do get Mire and T-Rock as crystal dungeons, you want as many medallions as you want early, just to give you more options. Alright, so both our runners electing to go to Ice Rock Cave as well. They're not going to pass up on that opportunity. Both also have to dodge the Crabs of Doom here. 2 hearts damage and Green Tunic, and could really frustrate you actually on the early stages of the game without a weapon.
Even more bombs. Well, I mean, it's not bad to find bombs. I mean, it's a nice consolation prize early in the game.
Here we go. Here's some route divergence. So ACM's going to chase the mountain. prieR's going to chase Sash Cave here.
Now the question will be, will prieR, will he dive into Eastern?
With this much open, I don't really see him doing that, but I'm also kind of on the bandwagon of, if you're committing the time for Sash Cave, you might as well do Eastern as well, just if you're walking. Just because you don't want to double down and have to come back. But that's what it looks like he's going to do. It's not a bad play, it's just a play, basically. But yeah, he's going to head on in there with a bow. ACM escorting the old man here through the escape cave. Gonna go ahead and see what he cashes in here.
Some cash.
It's getting them closer to Zora. It is in logic right now with that glove. Yo, nice sword there on top of Spectacle Rock. What do we got inside the cave? Just 50 rupee. We'll see if he goes in for that hint as well, but he's definitely eyeing that sword. He's going to be happy with that.
And that also lets him finish. Yeah, he could do Tower of Hera right now.
Yeah, that's actually a big plus for him, because he's heading up here without a weapon other than the Red Cane. The Red Cane, of course, cannot defeat Oldorm, so he's going to be happy to have that sword for it. On top of that, now he has like easier options with like escapes, going to be faster. Other parts of the game just early with that early sword. We do see a hint saying the hookshot is in the dark. Interesting hint.
So that could be Old Man, the Dark Rooms, and Pod. And a few other places. And we know that Old Man doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It could. Yeah, I mean, could it be Pod?
Yeah, statistically speaking, it will be in Pod, just because you have the 2 chests in the Dark Rupee Room and the 2 in the Dark Maze. We also see that there is a unique item, I think it was saying, in
Lost Woods.
Lost Woods, yeah, and we've already got that.
Yeah, probably referring to the lamp.
I wasn't sure if that said Lost Woods or Skullwood, so I was just like, And a bottle and compass are Firelock and Misery Mire. We're getting a lot of strong hints here early on.
That's a nice one, because he knows that he's probably not going to need to... You're only going to be looking for one item in Mire now. If it comes to that. Alright, on prieR side, this is the last check he's going to be able to do in Eastern. So, we know that Armos Knights have an item.
So for prieR's sake on this standpoint, he does not want to see Bo in somewhere like Escape Mountains. He doesn't know that yet. He hasn't been up to the mountains. He doesn't know that sword's going to be awaiting him, but that's what he's probably spending over there. And ACM well and under his way into the fight here at the final slash, the 6th slash, and handles him pretty nicely, actually.
I think we're taking a trip to the basement. And that will be where our second item is.
I'd be interested to see if he goes basement or if he kind of tries to chase Dark Cross, because Dark Cross could also have the hookshot being in the dark. But yeah, he's just gonna play it safe and go for it. Why not? He's 10-0. He doesn't need to risk with his execution, I would say. And he's doing his paw dance. So ACM has a very specific pattern he likes to do in this room, and it's essentially to kind of get the tiles to, I guess, drop in a specific sequence, just so they drop a little bit faster on the last tile for him. Or so I've been told, at least.
It's a very beautiful dance.
Yo, that hammer though. Oh, he almost did it too. He's like, nope, I still want to be up here. So that's 6. So you have East F Mountain access.
That's a pretty convenient location for that hammer.
Yeah. So at this point, I mean, knowing you're getting that hammer, I honestly wouldn't expect hookshot to be in Dark Cross, but I think it's going to be on their minds, just knowing that that is a dark room. Potentially could have that item, but again, I would be thinking pod just because of the amount of checks in there that are in dark rooms. Also, performing the very, very slow 28-second walk around Spiral Cave is fun. And unfortunately, not quite covering the rupee per second there for again that Spiral Cave. So he's going to head on over to Paradox Cave here for 7 more chests. Alright.
So, assuming we don't find anything here, he still has Dark World access. So, we're gonna probably see some Dark World plays from ACMLM after we're done here.
Yeah, he essentially has 2 plays at his disposal for his entry with the glove and hammer combination. So he can either start from Hype Cave, or he can start from West Dark World. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes. But we're getting payout here in Paradox Cave with the Fire Rod and Flute. I think that answers my question where he's going to go now. Yo, he is going to make the play sick. I love this play. I love early Hype Cave first before Dark World.
Alright, everybody get your guesses in how hype will Hype Cave be today. I say based on what we have open to us, there's probably not going to be a whole lot in here, but I hope I'm surprised.
That's the safe bet, but I mean, it's 5 items in a very dense location in Dark World. It's one of the densest locations in Dark World in general, so that's why I think it's always important to kind of hit it up first and see what you get from there.
It's that one time when it does have something important and you decide that it wasn't worth it. Even more health.
But yeah, it's a nada today. So again, just that correlation of I already have so much worth and Hype Cave might not be anything is paying off today. Alright, so we see Thieves Town is a pendant, Pod is green pendant, Ice Palace are second Fat Fairy Crystal on that board, by the way.
prieR also getting his hammer.
So a fairly seasoned route from here, from ACM, he actually knows he has the mirror and he needs to cash in the flute. So he didn't save and quit from Hype Cave. He's just going to go ahead and finish off the south route here, checking off Cave 45, Stumpy, and Dig Game, and then he's going to mirror head on up, cash in the flute, and pop into Dark World on the West Dark World segment.
It's always good to grab full heart containers if you see them in the open. There's really that extra heart could mean the difference between dying or not in some cases.
Exactly. It's all about like how sensible it is time-wise, and K45 really doesn't have that much more time for the item check. It's about like what, 4 or 5 seconds. So for that extra insurance when you're still in Green Mail Fighter Sword, why not? Nice dig game, by the way. 2 digs. Gets his piece of heart, and he's like, I'm out of here. Gotta admit, I'm pretty jealous of that dig game, to be honest. It's so fast.
Everybody loves a 30 dig game.
No, everyone does not like an early dig game or 30 dig game. Or at least Solsky despises a 30 dig game, if I want to talk about myself in the third person. All right, so we know what ACM's kind of entry in Dark World is. Let's see what prieR is going to do once he pops into Dark World. I imagine something similar. I mean, he could just go right to West Dark World, having the flute in hand, but I could see him going for Hype Cave as well.
He's deciding there for a second.
So this is quite interesting from ACM here. Oh, he hasn't checked Uncle yet. That's why he's doing it. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, it's kind of odd for him to pick this play now, to kind of pop out with West Dark World pretty much open in a Skullwood's Crystal, but I get where he's coming from now. He hasn't done Uncle, so it's actually like 5 item locations versus the potential 2. I think we're left for 3 if you include Dark Cross. So it's a pretty heads-up play. prieR, meanwhile, elected to go right to cash in that flute, and we'll have to see what he does with that next.
Yeah, I think yeah, he looks like he's going to Village of Outcasts. He might do Skullwoods. He has the equipment for it.
Oh, I would be very surprised if he didn't tip Skullwoods first with these conditions. He even has Red Cane to make the middle room, the vanilla key room, faster. Yo, we get payout here in Escape 2. ACM finding flippers in the boomerang chest in Escapes. That's nice. prieR heading into Skullwoods now, so he has elected to go in here, and he's going to do mid to back. I actually really like this route. Just in the off chance that the 2 items are in the back of Skullwoods, it's going to save a little bit, about a minute 30 from doing the front.
And ACLM is going to give us a look at the Dark Cross. We'll see if that has the hook shot.
Now with those flippers open, actually, that's going to open up early swamp play for ACM. He actually, I think if he gets the hook shot here, it would be well worth his time to kind of aggressively push for that early swamp play.
6 item locations? Yeah, 6 items. I'd say it's probably a solid bet.
Yeah, it's 6 items, but it's also how fast you got the 6 items. And we see it's the map. So, I mean, pound for pound, that means that the hookshot will be in mod at this point. And that's exactly where he's chasing. Excellent play. He knows what's up. He knows exactly what's up. Because, again, he has that early flippers. If prieR kind of holds off on those flippers and Swamp has payout, I mean, ACM is going to be in command of the rest of this race.
We'll have to see if Pod is bow locked.
Alright, prieR. Sorry about that. I was just going to say, prieR is entering in his Maw fight, is electing for Fire Rod and Hammer strats. Did use a bit of a Fire Rod torch there just to kind of get him off the spikes there. Worked out wonderfully, and he actually had a very good fight considering the RNG he had along the spikes there. He gets the Master Sword for his effort too. So
that's item number 1 in Skullwoods. We did pick up the big key as well in Skullwoods.
Did it pick up a good point in case if pod is bow locked, because our runners do not have a potion as of yet, or even a bottle. So their trip could be pretty quick in pod. Or could have the bow. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
It's always fun to find bow in this chest. But it is indeed not bow locked, so we can continue. He's definitely going to want to prioritize the dark rooms because we know that it's going to be the hookshot's going to be in one of those areas.
Absolutely. So he does get the small key here. I would say I wouldn't do the vanilla big key chest in this circumstance, but I think logically inclined, he's just going to check it out and see what's up. If he gets a small key here, then I think it's safe to assume that the hookshot's going to be free in the dark room, and it's just going to allow a runner to get in through there. So we do see the second item from Skull just looked like some arrows, so we're out of here.
Yeah. Key for a key on Acmlm side. So that's like a net neutral right there.
Alright, so I guess the story is going to be Acmlm going to hit up he should be able to hit at least one more key here. We know he's going to spend it on the Dark Maze, considering what awaits for him in there, if it's not in this Dark Room. But it's also going to be telling to see what else could be in pod, like the Harmless Hellway if we can't spend a key, or at, of course, Helmut Sork himself. So big key and small key, so he's going to be able to continue on.
Alright, there's another sword upgrade, so now we've seen 3 of them.
Oh my, he's risking, dude. I was so surprised he spent it on the Harmless Hellway chest, to be honest.
I mean, if all else failed and that was an item, if that wasn't a small key, he could have hammer yumped.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna have to do that today. There's our shot, as foretold.
Alright, so Acmlm picking up that hookshot off the hint from Hera. prieR right now looking for some value here in a pen in Thieves Town. We'll have to see if he goes for just the first 4 chests or if he bails.
So that's it for Acmlm and pod, but he has what he's looking for. He's gonna also dip Eastern while he's at it. It's a good call.
Yeah, he's already here. I think he's just hedging his bets at this point. He doesn't want to really leave a stone unturned like that. And it is pretty early. He's looking for a lot of items here. I mean, he's looking for potentially medallions, Titan mitts, ice rod, bow, maybe a fetch quest in the bottle or shovel, and and those boots as well are still kind of out there. So he's got a lot of potential to find something here. We know he won't, but I can see why he's going to want to make this play.
Yeah, and I could definitely see him diving into to Swamp Palace next. It is a crystal, so I mean he has to complete it anyway.
Yeah, I would bet my my house that he's gonna go to Swamp next now with chasing out that hookshot the way he did. That bet is not legally binding, by the way, so no one take me on that. Just saying.
I'll just say that, yeah, as chat points out, this is some really excellent routing on ACM side.
It really is very seek and destroy. I mean, he has West Darkworld open. He had a free crystal and skull, but he's like, I know where the hook shot is. What really made the route too was finding the flippers where he didn't escape. I mean, if he doesn't find flippers, I don't think it's as attractive to kind of seek it out right away. Because as you said, you could be bow locked, but he has the flippers. It's like, why not? And it's a big payout for him.
We're like at 31 minutes, and ACM already has 14 hearts. This seed's really been giving out a lot of health to our runners. Just a map in the big chest of Thieves Town. So that means the blind is going to have an item.
Alright, ACM, where are you gonna go? Ah, it's my boy. He's gonna go right to Swamp. Good play. Pizza joke, I think, nah, I think it's just too cheesy. Wow, thanks, Blind. The Elminster of bosses in Link to the Past.
So, Thieves Town was a bust. What do you do next, prieR?
I imagine he kind of routes toward the escape, but he could directly go to Pod and with that hint of the shot, and he does get bombos there in the bombable huts.
Thanks, game. Well, actually, thanks, game.
Sick hint. So, y'all, I know we don't have face cam on our runners, but I guarantee you, ACM just had like this massive grin on his face when he saw that hit. He's loving this seed already.
First chest is the inferior boomerang.
Yeah, it is trash. I mean, it's a pretty bad boomerang. Of course, you always want the blue one just for the NMG strats. You can use the red boomerang in Ganon's Tower, but better to be paired with boots, which luckily our runners will get today. They are not missing it, thank God.
prieR's happy with his health situation. He decided to skip that full heart.
He's also rocking that blue mail from Thieves Town, so he's at like 20 hearts in green mail world. So he's happy with his position right now in his health. So yeah, kind of early story of the seed is just ACM kind of more or less making the play for the early flippers and escape, and then chasing out the hook shot from the hint driven from Hera to Pod. And prieR is essentially in catch-up mode now. He doesn't know that yet, of course. For all we know, he probably assumes that ACM might have made a similar place, but he's got some catching up to do. He's got to find those flippers, and then he has to directly go to Pod for that hook shot next, because we're not really seeing anything else in progression for him available.
It's our first shield upgrade. Nothing terribly spicy.
So this is an interesting play from prieR. He's sequence breaking right now. And the reason why it's probably bad for him is because it's flipper locked that he needs to find in Hyrule Castle. So if he gets progression from these flipper locations, it could just drive him further away from Hyrule Castle. Like, I think these are checks that both runners will do anyways. I think for prieR's sake, he doesn't know it yet, but for his sake, he just wants it to be nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna call it now. The last item he's gonna want to see that he doesn't know about is the Titan Mitts. If he sees the Titan Mitts, he can be in real trouble here, I think.
Bombs, more health. And Acmlm cleans up Argus and claims his second crystal.
Bit of an odd fight, actually, because the fire rod shots were actually going through Argus. It's kind of weird, but he gets it done.
Alright, Zora Ledge has a shield.
So that about does it for the flipper locked logic locations in Zora's area, because of course they do have the glove. So Zora's in logic with just that. I think there's a couple more items on the left side on top of the big chest having the boots as well. So as of now, I mean, boots are the only thing left progressive right now to potentially push our runners into a different portion of the seed. And there they are, majestical.
As foretold by Hint Tile.
Again, I'm jealous already. Like, these hints have been like A+. I mean, I think we've all run seeds where it's like you get all the joke hints in the world, and then boots in like the escape if it's like an all-time succeed, and that's like the last thing you're doing. Whereas they're getting like quality stuff here. Alright, so prieR is making the played pod. He knows the hookshot's probably going to be here. If not, he's going to be here, that we know of at least. So he's going to find that there. Nothing really else. Good thing for him is that the hookshot doesn't immediately open up anything, because he needs either Titans or the flips for that to happen. He's already been to East Death Mountain with the hammer and mirror combination.
There they are. And yeah, Acmlm knows that that last item is the compass, so he is getting out of there. This really opens things up for Acmlm.
Just keeping with the overall story of the seeds, that's actually good for prieR that it's there, because he's eventually going to have to go in there and get them. There's no other choice after he's done Pod, other than maybe Quakefish and Pyramid. But to have Titans there with boots, I mean, it's big because now it opens up the world. So it now forces ACM to kind of pick his battles versus, like, say, Bo is on that left side. Well, then he's going to go to Eastern and then maybe get his Titans. So it's just, it just opens up possibilities, and it's going to allow prieR to potentially catch back up in this race. And of course, on ACM's side of things, he's well in the driver's seat in this seat. He's quite ahead at this point now, already having Swamp cleared. He still does have to complete Skull, but I mean, he has boots, he has Master Sword going in now as well, well equipped for that dungeon.
I'm not sure if we saw a Lumberjack on prieR's side, but that was just a big
20. And we are going to get the quintessential, I just found Titan Mitts and I have the flute check. He's going to go scout out what that medallion of Mire is. Of course, he does have the equipment to defeat Mire or enter Mire if he does have the prerequisite medallion.
So our second shield. We probably won't be, and either is for Mire.
That's quite fortunate for him, just because he doesn't have his Bombos yet. He hasn't been to the West Dark World in Thief Skull area, so he did pick up that ether earlier on in, I believe it was Moldorm Cave. But again, playing safe here, dipping the pendant dungeon here, sees that cache is in Mimic Cave. That checks out. And just gonna see if he can kind of sneak away with 2 items here in the pendant Desert Palace.
So prieR setting up another fake flipper.
He just bamboozled himself.
All right, is he going for it?
He is now.
It's like, so hey, I'm gonna dip ISO. I don't have Titans Mitts.
Because I've done this before, I'll just kind of note what happened. Yeah. prieR thought he had Titans, so he wanted to go to Ice, but he forgot he only had Power Glove, so that's why he kind of made that play. I mean, it happens. Everyone kind of goes through that in Ocean's Race.
Exactly. But it's just good for him because he is gonna find the flippers, and hopefully, yeah, he's gonna find those flippers, and he'll know what to do.
And the good thing for him is he's already done the flipper lock locations, so he just will go directly to Swamp. I mean, there's no other play, again, other than Pyramid and Quakefish that we have not seen from our runners yet. Actually, scratch that. I don't know if we've seen Graveyard either, but
I don't think,
again, kind of low percent checks in the grand scheme of things right now.
So what's our go mode index right now? At least no mode. I mean, we know we did the bow. Ice Rod, maybe Quake, depending on what Turtle Rock's medallion is. I think that might be it.
Yeah, I mean, at least in ACM side of things, his route's pretty well defined and clear. He's gonna go on a non-stop world tour of dungeons. Finishing off Desert here for the second item, and then he's gonna mirror in after maybe taking that checkerboard, and then pop into Mire here. I think it's destiny for him. He does have quite a bit of Titan Lock to unlock locations such as Ice Palace, such as Checkerboard, such as Super Bunny Cave, and the Smith's Purple Chest sequence. But I think he's just gonna hit up dungeon after dungeon right now.
So prior, he actually was counting his items in Hyrule Castle and knew that that the Dark Cross had the map.
That's a neat little time save for him. It's gonna definitely shave off like 30 seconds that ACM spent, so it's good. Alright, so we do see a fetch quest here at Checkerboard in the shovel. My rule of thumb generally with fetch quests is it's it's not valuable until it is. Meaning that just because I find them doesn't mean it's going to be anything kind of fancy. So it's kind of a shrug, really. It's a shrug. Just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it'll be harder to route in since he's already done the southern checks there.
You might make time for it now, actually. I should also mention, just knowing how ACM plays, prepare for a lot of saving quits. So this is interesting, actually. He's passing on Meyer. It looks like he's gonna head towards Skull instead. I don't mind the play because it's another crystal, but I'm just surprised they've making this play.
He does know that there's only one usable item in Maya right now. Because he had a hint that there was a bottle that was fire locked, but words. We don't have a bottle yet, so that could also open up Sitkid.
I think for him, he's kind of looking at a bigger picture of, I can do the Smith's Purple Chest sequence now. So that might have been what kind of pushed him along to make this play now. It is a fast dungeon as well. It's very Hera-esque if you want to make a comparison in Dark World versus Light World dungeons. Alright, so prieR getting that fantastic boots in. I'm guessing he's gonna be happy to see that as well. I know I would be. And I believe, yeah, he's gonna find those tight mitts on that left side as well. Just hopefully he chases that. He doesn't have much else available, so I imagine he's gonna commit to full left side as well.
By the way, if you like what you're seeing, while we're kind of seeing both of our runners retread their steps, give both of these guys a follow. They are putting on an excellent display of execution and skill for you. They're definitely worth watching.
Alright, let's see how ACM does with his Master Sword moth fight here with Fire Rod.
Doing a pretty good job controlling the feel it. Yeah, because if he takes damage while over the spikes, he doesn't take damage. So keeping him in the center of the room is really important for a fast Mothula. And then picks up a tempered sword.
Yeah, so now both our runners on tempered. prieR also now enjoying some extra luxury here on the Argus fight here. He's going to be able to do the NMG script with the 2 Fire Rod shots and the tempered sword spin. So he manages to kill Argus A little bit faster than ACM, just because, again, he had that sort of advantage going in.
Alright, now I think you're gonna see your Meyer dip.
That's a really, again, I get what ACM's doing, and it's non-stop dungeon bonanza, but he just left Village of Outcasts on the table with the Smith's Purple Chest. I think that's pretty risky. That's very greedy. He doesn't know he's missed out on that bomb post yet either in the bomb hut. We don't know if it's gonna be required or not yet, but that could be interesting if that comes into play, if he's trying to rush like TR and it's not there. Huh, so he kills the right one first. Okay. I always go for the left Wizrobe first. Just preference, I guess. But yeah, excellent kill room execution by ACM. We're gonna see if it's a Godmire in the spike chest or not, but yeah, it's a Godmire. He's gonna go right to Argus. I actually like this play because he knows there's one item on left side, Firelock, so he's gonna hope the second item's at Vitreous.
And if it isn't, then he'll have to dip back in again and look for it. If he decides to, I don't think he'll leave a stone unturned at this point.
I don't think he should. Yo, does the ACM Spider-Man strat?
Yeah, well,
I love when he does that.
Well, there's our second item.
Yeah, so just a little bit of history. So I think that was the first time any of us ever saw that strat used was ACM in a tournament match. I think it was Spring Tourney. And I lost it, like, the first time I saw that. I was like, that is so ingenious. And now it's like, yeah, everyone uses it, but still, it's pretty sick anytime I see it. But yeah, just going right to Vitreous, paying off there, gets that second item in the powder, is another fetch quest, and he's just gonna be able to complete another crystal here.
Our prieR also picks up his Titan's mitts. He's noping on out. He has his boots. He's good to go now.
And I didn't see it, but just judging by the amount of time that ACM finished in Gotcha Viddy, he probably used spooky strats in the dark portion of Meyer.
Oh yeah, he did.
Being very patient with this sword fight here. Alright, so that's crystal number 4 for ACM. Maintains that 1 crystal lead over prieR. prieR's kind of chasing in ACM's footsteps here. Gonna go into desert. We'll have to see if he commits to the full clear for the second item at Lamo, or if he decides to kind of go into Meyer.
There's 3 items in Ice Palace he's going to be gunning for.
Yeah, and next stop on the non-stop, no-breaks world dungeon, all dungeons tour is Ice Palace. No time for overworld, just all dungeons.
Hey, did you know it's a secret to everybody?
Unfortunately, yes. Still waiting to find out where Spring Ball is. I really enjoy that hint.
ACLM sets up fast Stalfos. The magic mirror was in Kakariko well. Thanks, game.
The best part of that hint is that it's actually impossible for ACM to have progressed to Ice Palace without that mirror.
Yeah, the V30 hints don't take logic into account when they place them. So you, as we saw there, you could get a hint for something that you've been already forced to do. And they can also be repeats as well. So, yeah, we did learn again that the boots were in Swamp Palace, in case we didn't know already. And prieR has given us some country fried Lanmo. It's delicious. And ACM finds a big key.
Bit of a boring Ice Palace. But ACM will have an interesting red option after this now. He will be able to do Fat Fury into a pyramid check as well. He might actually kind of bend on the whole, I'm just doing Dungeons logic here. We'll have to see if he decides to do that, or if he's going to go ahead and chase up to TR next.
Just some money in iced tea room. Yeah, you're right. This has been a pretty boring Ice Palace. So prieR is doing pretty much the same thing, or almost the same thing, as Acmlm did.
Yeah, he is. I mean, again, he doesn't know it, but it's just kind of keeping him at bay from ACM and even really trying to catch up with him. Yo, and the Poe is in ice.
Alright, so Ice Palace got a little spicier.
Okay, so the bow is there, okay. I thought it was gonna be TR, but yeah, Ice Palace, sure.
Take it.
Yeah, so that's Eastern next. We'll now have Half-Air available because he's gonna have the bow. And then he'll probably maybe check that into TR. We'll have to see. But he's at like really sick pace right now. He's got 5 crystals done. He's actually got 6 dungeons done in an hour, which is fantastic pace.
Yeah, We're like literally an ice rod away, and then maybe a medallion from go mode on ACM side.
Again, if it's Bombos, it's not in like the worst location either. It's just all dependent on when he goes to Village of Outcast. It sounds funny saying that to you, but because we're an hour in, but sometimes seeds can kind of route you around it.
So right now, if I don't want to play what if games too much, but all right. So Armos Knights has an item. Then ACMLM is probably going to check the Pyramid Fairy, and then from there, what is he? He's probably going to have to go back to the Village of Outcast area unless he wants to gamble TR. Unless there's something else he wants to do.
I mean, if I'm ACM, I'm gambling TR just because I'm already going to get 6 items, 7 if you want to include Spike Cave and the dark portion of Death Mountain. On top of that, he could luck out and it could be Ether, and then, you know, there's another 4 or 5 items max I can chase in TR as well. Because we know Mimic Cave has nothing, so, but still, like, outstandingly, that's by far the most dense area of the game left for him to chase. Yeah.
Lee, can you miss it? Bottle number 1.
Yeah, that's a pretty free cash in, honestly, with the flute. So we might actually see him go for that first.
Dollar bill.
Interesting, he's gonna chase powder as well.
He's in the area.
I was wondering if he's gonna hang on to it when he did, if he did this Purple Dust sequence, but, and Hammer Pegs. But, I mean, again, you said he's in the area, it's very quick from there as well.
So far, to really recap, what really put prieR behind is that he full cleared Thieves Town. Really, that was a big time commitment for not a whole lot of work, which is unfortunate.
Well, you see, I'm gonna give him a little bit of time back here too, because prieR did go right to Ice Aftermire, which is good. So he will run into his bow, and ACM's actually checking the Zora area first just to be a little more meticulous with his routing here. So again, it's going to allow prieR to catch back up a little bit.
And there's our riot shield. I don't think ACM is gonna probably spend the time to pick that up. So he's probably just get his 50 rupees from Zora and call it a day. Or not.
Bamboozled.
Ah. Thanks, ACM, making a liar out of me. I can see why he grabbed it. It would make Laser Bridge a lot easier.
Alright, so he's gonna route in the shovel spot next. I'm honestly perplexed that he's kind of cooled off on the Death Mountain play for TR. I think he's not feeling too comfortable with the one medallion, but also chasing Ice Rod at the same time.
Yo, dogs. I heard you like fetch quests, so we put a fetch quest.
See, this is why I put like 0 weight or value on fetch quests. Honestly, my rating. This is the reason.
So you put a fetch quest in your fetch quest. Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's the end of that.
Yeah. Yeah. But he is able to cash in a bottle now, which is nice to get a blue potion. There's the play. Okay, cool.
It's really the last spot ACM has, except Village of Outcasts.
He hasn't done Fat Fairy yet, has he?
He has not done Pyramid Fairy. You are right, but
so he has. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's 2 items though, so probably in his head he didn't check Pyramid, right? I don't think we haven't seen Pyramid or Catfish.
I mean, Fat Fairy, it's always a lucrative check. A lot of runners kind of, and I see viewers talk about it all the time. They're always like, oh, you gotta go to Fat Fairy. It does take quite a bit to get the Dark Warp over, go to the Bomb Shop, go to the Pyramid. Yeah, it is 3 items, but this Dark World check right now for 6 items is gonna be double that within the same time. So I can see why he's gonna want to do this. On top of that, if he's able to dip ice, just missing that Ice Rod potentially, I definitely see that's a much more lucrative play in his eyes. I mean, seed's free until it isn't, right? So.
Pretty much. It's like the motto of randomizers. Pretty explosive checks here. Yo, fetch quests and more explosions.
All right. So my motto is, if I ever get book, oh my god, it is either. He's so lucky. I was gonna say, if you get book before getting Ice Rod's always gonna be at that tablet location. So I would personally make a beeline to Ether, but ACM's just gonna double down and hope that's it here. And I don't have any like scientific data to back that up, just my own personal experiences. I would rate the number at stupid percent amount of times I've gotten an Ice Rod from that book late, so we'll have to wait and see how this develops.
I'll have to do a seed analysis at some point. See if that's true or not. It could very well be, based on the setup of everything. You haven't found Ice Rod yet.
I was actually surprised you weren't gonna look at what stupid percent was.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. We all know that. So right now we are an Ice Rod away from go mode on ACM side. And actually, prieR side as well, depending on where the Ice Rod's at, I should say.
Again, as stupid as it sounds, I mean, we're at 109 and we're at like the end game of the seed. We're 1 item away from go at this point. prieR doesn't know that because he has not scouted TR yet, but he's gonna have his 6th crystal here momentarily from Eastern, and at this point, like, it's all bets are off. Everyone's even until that Ice Rod is found.
I mean, ACM could easily decide to dive into Thieves Town to find that Ice Rod, and that would definitely even things up. It really depends on where it shows up.
Yeah. I feel it's also dependent on where prieR goes. If he just goes and chases Death Mountain here, and it's not up here, it's not going to be advantageous for him. Whereas, and that's the play he's going to make. So for his sake, he's going to want you guys right up here. And if it's not up here, I mean, you got the tablets now, you got Spike Cave, you have Fat Fairy, Smith's Purple Chest Sequence, Hammer Pegs, Pyramid, Quakefish, or the Grove, or not the Grove, but the Graveyard Ledge. Yeah, we got quite a few checks here available. ACM is also not did Thieves, so that might be weighing on his mind to do like a Village of Outcast the Thieves area dip.
Oh, by the way, shout out to that vanilla big key. Alright, so we did get hinted earlier that Mimic Cave had nothing, so, and ACM knows it, so he's getting out of there. Still no ice rock. Well, that had to be a small key. He is going to. I think he's gonna go and use that book first.
Oh, baby.
Will this pay? So far, nothing on Laser Bridge. It's the map. Ooh.
Come on, Ether. Don't let me down. Ah, you let me down. But it gave me love, though, so I can't be very upset. It's one of those I'm not mad, I'm disappointed in you.
So, alright, so this kind of... So prieR is he's gonna dive into this Turtle Rock. Words.
Yeah, he's gonna, again, that's been the story, is ACM's kind of edged a little ahead. And prieR, for the most part, has kind of routed right on ACM's heels here. So he's been about a half a dungeon to a dungeon behind, and just full clearing TR for not the ice run is not really what he needs at this point. So the plus side, though, is that ACM does have some attractive offers that's available to him that prieR's already checked, and the main one is Village of Outcast and Thieves Town. So if ACM makes that play first, I mean, that's going to give prieR some precious minutes here to kind of catch back up in this race.
That's what it feels like he's doing. He's probably also going to do the Smith checks, which I don't think we've seen yet.
You know, I'm just saying, guys. You want it to come down to like a big key gamble in GT? That's what you want ACM to do at this point.
Yeah. Oh, this race is far from over.
So Bumper Cave, interesting. We haven't seen it yet. We don't have the... Oh, there's the good boomerang. That's unfortunate. I was gonna say, we haven't seen it yet, but ACM is gonna go ahead and check out Graveyard here, one of the lone locations we have not seen so far.
See, it's easy for us to kind of, because we've seen what both runners are, it's really easy for us to kind of know what still needs to be checked. But the back of our runner's heads, you know, there are a lot of options left on the table, and that cave is no longer one of them.
Yo, going right for Quakefish. That's aggressive.
So there's one place that we haven't checked, and I think it starts with the letter P.
Purgatory? Penitentiary?
Something along those lines.
Pilot school?
Closer.
Don't do it, ACM. Don't. Okay, good. Good. He was going towards said check, but he decided not to.
There you go. Chat got it right. It's in Paradox Cave, clearly. It's the only thing in the game that starts with the P.
But we already checked it.
But we gotta check it again, just to be sure. Yeah, and there is indeed the pyramid.
ACM gonna get his bombos now.
So, and this is a big if that ice rod is in fact at the pedestal, that really also equalizes things here.
Yo, and ACM actually not. He's saying no to Thieves Town. He's like, no, I'm okay. I don't need pendants in my life right now. I just want this overworld. He's gone from like a hard and fast life of dungeons only, and he's just kind of he's settling down now. He just wants to get those early or easy overworld checks out of the way. Maybe there's payoff. Who knows?
Oh, here's our hammer pegs as well. We haven't seen this.
Nope.
Alright. It's not the thing. But, yeah. ACM now at 17 hearts. Alright, Smiths, what you got? I think prieR is just going straight for I think he's just gonna do it.
Yo, the play here.
This could either pay or not.
He's gonna get a green pendant out of it as well.
True.
So yeah, he's gonna check out the bow lock section of Pod here. Also sees a hint at Hearts and Hype Cave. probably not happy to see that hint at an hour 20 when he's hunting for that one last dice draw for go mode. We're gonna just have to see where this thing is at this point. Again, its ACM is down to purple chest here. And then other than that, we haven't checked Fat Fairy, Pyramid, and Quakefish. Also, Spike Cave and some other location, Lost Woods area. But there's our ice rod.
There it is. All right, at an hour 20:37, ACMLM is in go mode.
That's a pretty rough spot for it, to be honest. How the sea kind of worked around. Really, the only thing that kind of made both the runners kind of work for it. I guess you can argue that the flippers, they kind of had to hunt out as well, just because of pushing him to early dark hole. But yeah, that's pretty much been the story of the seed. It's just ACM hit that logic chain of flippers and hookshot combination to swamp first. It's been basically the story.
The more important thing here is that purple chest also starts with a P.
I think we both forgot about that. You're like, right, forgot about.
So ACM is gonna give us our second dip into TR. So now we know though that everything that prieR is doing right now is for naught.
That's unfortunate, but I can see why he's making the play, honestly, because he's already committed to 2 pendants. And I think at this point it's a story of he's already made the commitment, so he kind of is forced into pushing towards it, because he's going to feel behind going to TR and not finding that ice rod. So what's more reasonable to him, going to safe overworld spots and finding it, knowing that he's behind, or chasing a more aggressive play that he's kind of got a leg up on potentially, and then hoping that it's there. So I can definitely see why he wants to make that play to pedestal and green pendant. I mean, look at this from like a poker standpoint. You commit like 90% of your chips in the pot. You're not gonna fold and leave your last 10% standing. You're gonna go all in, even though you know you're probably gonna lose. It's one of those things.
There's like some obscure economic term for that as well, but I'm not an economist. Sunk cost. Thank you, chat.
Also, shoutouts to our tracker Mind of Me for the keeping heads up with the economy game. Much appreciated. Alright, so ACM, pretty vanilla try next fight. You know, pure NMG style. Tempered Sword, Green Mail. 17 hearts. Not going for behind the back strats though. I do know ACM is known for very safe strategies though for NMG, so it's just something he's probably very comfortable with.
Yeah, he did have some blue goo. Alright. And prieR is giving us a look at the pedestal. So, here on the ALTTPR channels, we do in fact now have a bot. So go ahead and get your guesses in for where that key is at. We do have a leaderboard. You could get on it. It's based on the number of people who participate. So everybody get your guesses in. Solsky, what are you thinking it is?
84.
Oh, I'm going with 22 because tile. All right, you guys just have a few more seconds here to get your guesses in. We will be closing it once Acmlm enters Ganon's tower. Chest 1, small key. Chest 2, another small key.
Alright, so on prieR side of things, he is heading towards the purple chest, which is great. Bad news is it's a little late, unfortunately, at this point in the game. You see him already in GT collecting items here, and prieR is just going to be a little too behind here at this point.
Chest 4, 20 rupees. 5, a piece of heart. 6 is 20 rupees, and 7 is another small key. We've seen 3 of the keys of the 4 that are in this dungeon. And 8 is also a piece of heart. That's why that boomerang is bad.
Yeah, and we're gonna see. Oh no, he's gonna use red cane strats. Okay, so there is a strategy you can use in GT with the red cane or the red boomerang. It's very touchy dashing. So you'd actually throw the boomerang same spot as the blue boomerang, except you dash instead of hook shot. But you'd stop your dash like short of the area where it's gonna only hit the one switch instead of hitting both.
Chest number 9 was just a map. $10 is the butter sword, 11 is some bombs, 12 is $5, and 13 is some bombs. I love that bonk. $14 is the bug net.
Alright, so the prophecy has been fulfilled from Turtle Rock. We got our bug net.
Chest number 15 is bombs, 16 is the 4th small key, and 17 is our big key.
I win! I didn't win.
Alright, and Hi-Oh 24 is our winner. He scored himself 16 points on our leaderboard. It is indeed separate from Speed Gaming, by the way, in case anybody was wondering.
So, are the points like Chuck E. Cheese raffle tickets, or what? Are they kind of like SRL points?
They're kind of like the combination of the two. Except they're not redeemable.
So I'm gonna put out a redeemable of 200 points. So if you guys get 200 points, I will FedEx you a 4x2 soiled napkin signature of myself. You guys can frame if you want. I won't use framing, and you guys have to pay for the stamp. I'm not paying postage.
All right, be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and edit the box database.
Alright, some pretty clean movement throughout the Gauntlet 5 so far from ACM. Entering into Gauntlet Room number 5. Uses the Silver Strat and luckily gets that Stalfos or Skeleton if you prefer. To kind of juke to the right, which is nice.
I just have a question. Does that mean I can grow a soul seed?
Does that mean a what? Sorry?
Can I use your DNA to grow another soul seed?
There's only one soul ski, guys. Sorry. Access denied.
Moldworm versus Buttersword.
He did.
It's an opportune place for half magic. Would you agree,
Sick.
Celsius?
Kind of
Kind
pointless with the butter silvers, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you had Master Sword, I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty hype. Because then, like, if you had Cape, you can employ some good Cape spin strats there to make the game play a little quicker. But yeah, nah, not happening today.
Because it's double. Oh boy, triple. And that's a 2-3-1 for ACM.
Alright, so Ganon, extremely unhappy for not winning that big key guessing game, has gone into the pyramid. Probably going to talk to his friends about how he missed it out by a number, and yeah, here's Link. Just coming to rescue that Triforce.
Yeah, the Butter Sword putting Ganon in phase 2 really fast. Or 3.
I mean, it really does make the fight free anyway you kind of slice it. You don't even really need to employ dash strats. It's kind of fancy with a Butter Sword at that point.
4th silver arrow.
All right, as ACM crosses the bridge here, ACM is going to finish in first place of this race, finishing with an official SRL time of 1:35.33. So GG's to him, and that's going to move him to 11-0 now, still undefeated in the group stage of the tournament. A very impressive feat that I believe only 2 other runners still have been able to accomplish. So congrats to him.
Oh yeah, Acmlm has really been sweeping up this tournament. Like, we'll have to see how his performance is in the brackets, but yeah, it's been very impressive so far. And I unfortunately want to inform everybody that prieR57 has forfeit the race. He might be checking where the big key is at, but he did forfeit an SRL soon after ACM finished.
Yeah, still 1:35.31, great time for the seed. As ACM kind of points out in the chat, the good old ice rod hunt, the rando classic, I would say, on its leaf troll.
And I know Acmlm doesn't typically do interviews. He doesn't use a mic, but I'm trying to get prieR57 in right now. He is in chat though, so if you want to ask him questions, go for it in there.
So that's neat. Looks like prieR's gonna kind of round out here.
Yeah, it looks like he is opting to finish, even though he did forfeit an SRL, which is that's not bad. it really doesn't matter at this point. Like once one of the players finish, the race is decided as the purposes of the tournament. But it's still nice to finish up the seed.
Right. It's kind of cool because he essentially has cleared all the dungeons too. So his time's actually looking very sharp as well. That's why I was kind of hopping on the opportunity to commentate this race, just because I know it's like 2 top runners. Definitely execution heavy on that side of the thing, but it was great kind of watching this race. All right, looks like prieR selected to use cone strats. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us today's snack.
I suppose so. If you liked what you saw, please feel free to follow our runners. We'll get them in chat for you there. Also a shout out to Mind of Me doing the tracking for this race, and Kiki, aka Danger Muffins, for providing our broadcasting of this race. Please follow the Speed Gaming channel, Speed Gaming 2 through 6, and also the ALTTP Randomizer channel. That's ALTTP Randomizer and ALTTP Randomizer 2 through 5. I've been Synac, and I've been joined by
some guy
indeed. Do you have any final thoughts, Solski, before we go?
No, I'm good.
Well, I'm good too. All right. Have a good night, everybody, and see you next mission.
And take care, everyone. Have a great night.